So the green flag waves. We get underway with our first of two B-class finals. Nothing to take away from these drivers whatsoever. But it's pre-final B for senior Rotax. We'll have 27 drivers set to compete as we have 3 non-starters. Here is your starting grid. Sven van Thiel will start on pole position ahead of Yashdam Jankan, and then the top 8 all comprised of Dutch drivers, so Jens van der Heijden, Beert Dorrestein, Lucas Schoonmakers, Colin van Lammeren, Jordi van der Eyck and Wout Kerstens ran out the top 8. Then it is 2 Germans in the form of Luca Köster ahead of Linus Hensen in the 362 and the 334. Scott Westhovens and Daniel Hunt, that's row 6. Flint Schuring and Juri Tenhef, row 7. Row 8, it's Vincent van Kerkhoffen and Poland's Adrian Labuda. Then row 9, it is Mario Sidler and Anthony Bilou. Row 10, completing the top 20, Antoine Antier and Remco Bahn. Then rounding out the 27 that will compete in the B pre-final and the final will be Clémentine Benoit, Teun Schmidt, Julien Hasch, Bart de Wit, Stefan Lemuno, Nicolas Picot and Max Busch. Bastien Barlage, Devin Segardi and Gilles Chloé are non-starters, so 27 drivers will compete in the 2 races, the B pre-final and the final that we've got going on today. And then we'll have 36 drivers in the pre-final A, which will be coming up next at 13:30 local time. And these drivers will also be battling for trophies this weekend. The prize ceremony takes place at 5:15 this afternoon. So it'll be down to Sven van Thiel and Yashdam Jankan to control the pace here for this race. 13 minutes on the clock plus an additional lap. We go into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? Let's go racing. No, it's not let's go racing. Let's have a full start, shall we? Oh, that's the thing. Some of you might already know that the commentary box is currently empty at Karting Genk because I'm actually commentating from home, but I will be there for the Euro Trophy next week. I can't actually see the red lights is the big thing, but as soon as I saw hands go up, that was it. That was the warning sign to say, well, we're not going to get this race going straight away, are we? However, the good thing is that these drivers will be able to steel themselves and get ready once again to try and get a good race start. And that's what you need, especially when you have that opportunity to fight for trophies this weekend. So the grid will be Van Thiel, Bram Jankan, Van der Heijden, Dorrestein, Schoonmakers, Van Lammeren, Van der Eyck, Kerstens, Köster, Hensen. That's the top 10. Westhovens, Hunt, Schuring, Tenhef, Van Kerkhoffen, Labuda, Sidler, Bilou, Antier, Bahn, Benoit, Schmidt, Hasch, De Wit, Lemuno, Picot, and Max Busch. That rounds out the 27 strong. Okay, take 2, shall we, ladies and gentlemen, because now it is time to hopefully get senior Rotax B pre-final underway. The revs rise, the lights, they do go out, we go racing, and already going into turn 1, Sven van Thiel holds the lead for the minute as all. There's a nigh on bit of argy-bargy, but they all make their way through going into turn 2 for the first time. Drivers going 2 by 2, hurrah, through turn 4. But at the moment, Sven van Thiel leads the way, as it looks like Beert Dorrestein trying to go up the inside. Oh, now someone got caught on the apex off of turn number 6. And someone's been in the barriers. That is the 317, I think that is. The 317, that is Nicolas Picot. The Frenchman's luck has gone from bad to worse in the drop of an eye. The drop of an eyelid when you're trying to blink. So unfortunately, Picot drops all the way down to 27th. And I'm not too sure who that was. It might have been Juri Tenhef that got caught up on the curbing. as they all start making their way through to complete lap number 1. Zem Van Zyl leads the way. Jashnam Janken trying to go for the lead, going through turns 1 and 2. Beer Dodderstein just behind. Lucas Schoenmakers rounds out the top 4. Jordi van der Eyck behind Jens van der Heijden by about 0.3 of a second. Linus Henson has now made his way up. Looks to be 7th. That could be 6th right now as there's a battle for the lead. Ram Jankan went for the move on Van Zyl going through into turn number 6 onto the Europalan. And Sem Van Zyl said, no, you don't, sunshine. You are not getting past me right now. And that has allowed Beer Dodderstein to go towards the inside. But Dodderstein gets pounced on by Schoenmakers through the inside of turn number 9. And there's definitely a train happening a little bit further down the order. So these drivers really pushing like crazy. It's any which way but off the track is what the drivers definitely need to do at this particular moment in time. There has been a clash going into turn 12. 2 cars came together. One went left, one went right. And there's more argy-bargy as Jashnam Jankan drops down into 4th position. Schoenmakers up into P2. Dodderstein up into P3. Sem Van Zyl still holding on by about 0.3 of a second after the completion of lap number 2. 10 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock remaining. So at the moment, the person whose weekend has gone from bad to worse in the drop of a hat, that is Francis Nicolas Picot, who was off, and I think the cart was nearly in the barriers going off of the halfway points of turn number 6. So the Frenchman having to fight back. So the B final later on this afternoon for Senior Rotax at 4 p.m. local time. The weekend result will be decided, as will be the podium for this afternoon, by the final. Not the pre-final and the final together, as Schoenmakers now goes for the lead. Dodderstein goes with him. Up the inside of Zem Van Zyl going through turn number 2. A great move by the 396, who picked up his championship trophy for finishing 3rd in juniors last year. As now Schoenmakers coming under fire from Dodderstein. Zem Van Zyl was looking up the inside of the number 324. Going through turn 6, Jashnam Jankan running under the Dames Racing colours has got Linus Henson closing in on him. So the 2020 Senior Rotax Germany champion now fighting back, and he is closing. So Henson looking to get himself into prime position for the final a bit later on this afternoon. Daniel Hunt from Latvia up to 25th. Adrian Labuda and Max Bush up to 21st and 22nd respectively. Vincent van Kerkhoff, Artsley Belou and Yuri Tenhef ran out the top 15 from 13th to 15th position as Beer Dodderstein looked up the inside there on Lucas Schoenmakers as Linus Henson finally gets his way past Jashnam Jankan. I think that might have been possibly it might have been Jens van der Heijden that might have gone a bit wide coming out of turn 2, as there are more battles to be had. As Bart de Wit is in there, Wout Kirsten's in there, Remco Bahn also factoring in. But at the moment, Lucas Schoenmakers has a slender advantage over Beer Dodderstein for the lead of this B pre-final. And right with them is Zem Van Zyl, who started on pole position. But Linus Henson is the fastest driver out on the track, the German in the 334, running on the Mach 1 chassis. Is closing in on them. He's put the fastest lap in at 54.712 on the completion of lap 4. On to lap 6 we go. And on lap 5, Linus Henson slightly quicker than Zem Van Zyl, but only fractionally closing. 8 minutes and 10 seconds plus an additional lap still remain, as this battle at the front of the field is like a powder keg waiting to erupt. We don't know who's going to send it like Danny Rick and lick the stamp, or we don't know who's going to have that intestinal fortitude to just go for it, leave no stone unturned, give no quarter whatsoever. And that's the driver that will really, really profit at the beginning of it. But sometimes, if you are at the front of the field, you do have to defend your position. You do have to make sure that that is your credos, your ethos. What you need to do is, there's been a bit of a move down, a little bit further down the order. Part of it, I think, might have got past Colin van Lammeren going through turn 12. And there are quite a few carts just behind as they make their way through. So Bart de Wit did make his way past Colin van Lammeren, but it looks like Jordi van der Eyck is also factoring in a little bit further up the field. But Jens van der Heijden rounding out the top 10 at the moment. This is an absolutely titanic squabble as they go through turn 6. Oh, bit of nearly contact there. And it's 3 abreast going down the Europolaan. And at the moment, it looks like there's been a bit of an assist. And someone's capitalised big time coming through into turn 8. Oh, and there's been dramas, massive dramas there for the 3:45. Remco Baan hung out to dry going into the entrance of turn number 8. And he is dropping like a proverbial stone down the order. So that was definitely, I don't think that Remco Baan wanted to do any rally crossing this weekend, and that picture clearly showed it was the case. So Vincent van Kerkhoven having a bit of a battle, looks to be possibly with Yuri Tenhef, and that is for what would have been, or that could be Luca Koster actually. Luca Koster made his way up to 14th position as the leader's still battling away. Linus Hensen now past Sam Van Thiel for 3rd place. Or is that possibly Dorrestein? No, it is Sam Van Thiel who's on the back bumper of the German going through into turn 7 off of the Europolaan. Lucas Schoenmakers continues to lead. We're on lap number 8 of this race, and Linus Hensen again has put in the fastest lap time of anybody at 54.599 by the German on the previous lap, on the completion of lap number 6. Lucas Schoenmakers has put in his fastest lap of the race last time around at 54.786. But look at the train at the front of the field. The top 4 getting ever closer together. So Schoenmakers leads going on to lap number 9. Beer Dorrestein, Linus Hensen. Dorrestein looking up the inside of Schoenmakers. That is allowing Linus Hensen to close in the braking zone for turn 2. Yashram Jankan in 5th place is a little bit further away from this quarrelling quartet. He's about 0.6 of a second behind. Jordi van der Eyck is behind Yashram Jankan in the 390 by about 4.5 of a second. But Schoenmakers trying to hold on at the moment. Dorrestein still in 2nd. Linus Hensen waiting for his opportunity to strike as we go into the last 5 minutes of this race. Sam Van Thiel still in 4th position, waiting. He's got the ringside seat. He's going to wait to see what develops in front of him. But at the moment, Schoenmakers is hanging on for dear life, like he depended on it. And that is exactly what the JJ Racing driver is doing at this particular moment in time. They go across the line, on to lap number 10. Dorrestein up the inside, Hensen up the inside. Schoenmakers drops down 2 positions in 1 corner after turn 2. Sam Van Thiel still rounding out the top 4 and is still keeping pace. And out of the quartet last time around, Linus Hensen was the quickest of the quartet as well. Hensen now being pressurised by Dorrestein. This is for the lead of the race. They're nearly side by side. And Schoenmakers looking to get up the inside. Dorrestein and Schoenmakers get through. Hensen manages to slot back in behind Schoenmakers and in front of Sam Van Thiel on that particular occasion. But in the meantime, Yashram Jankan and Jordi van der Eyck have all caught up with this quartet, so it's now become 6 at the front that are starting to battle away for the victory in the B pre-final for senior road tax with just under 4 minutes to go. My question to you people out there, who's your money on this afternoon? Well, I think at the moment my money is not on anybody because the unpredictability nature of karting is very much front and centre as Jordi van der Eyck gets past Yashram Jankan going into turn 2, hangs on, makes the move complete by turn 3. But at the moment, Beer Dorrestein still keeping a hold of that lead, but we've got just under 3.5 minutes of this race still to go. So Dorrestein leads from Schoenmakers, Hensen in 3rd, Van Thiel, Van der Eyck, and then Yashram Jankan rounds out the top 6 positions. Wout Kersens, Jens van der Heijden, Anthony Bilou and Colin van Lammeren round out the top 10 positions as we are heading ever deeper into the bottom of the 9th, as they would say in the United States of America. 3 minutes to go plus an additional lap. Dorrestein hanging on. Schoenmakers waiting. Linus Hensen also waiting and biding his time. They are the 2 with the ringside seat effectively. As there's a move up the inside a little bit further down the order. Looks like Vincent van Kerkhoven might have just been passed. But this battle between the top 6 at the front of the field as now someone is definitely... Oh, now Vincent van Kerkhoven has retired and it looks to be... Is that a full course yellow? It is a full course yellow. Full course yellow has been instigated. And you can see that the cart is actually on the other side of the tyre barriers. So that is going to require a repair job. So if that is a full course yellow, let's just see. Yep, full course yellow. Slow down signs have been shown to the drivers with just about 2.5 minutes of this race remaining. So the main thing is, I'm so glad to see that Vincent van Kerkhoven, who admitted on social media after the kickoff that he had a slight injury worry, when he came back to compete, that has not helped him at all. So that is going to be requiring a clean-up operation. So going through into turn 6, Van Kerkhoven might have had contact with somebody. So effectively, Van Kerkhoven is out of the race. Full course yellows. Flint Schuring is down in 26th. So we have a full course yellow here in the Senior Road Tax B final. It takes us something as rearranging barriers for that to happen. We did have a full course yellow back at the kickoff in one of the junior road tax races a bit earlier on a couple of weeks ago. So safety is paramount, and a great decision by the clerk of the course and the race director to make that decision to put out a full course yellow. So once they do have the opportunity to go racing once again, then it will be a flat out sprint. And the biggest thing here right now is that Dorrestein, Schoenmakers, Henson, Van Til, Van der Eyck, Lamjankan, you might even be able to consider that someone in the top 15 could go for the victory. The timer will still count down, so whether we finish under full course yellows is anyone's guess, yours and mine included. So we'll wait for the signal on the start-finish straight, whether we do go racing. So, right, looks like the pace has increased. They're going to come through turn 12. Let's just see. Does it go green flag? So yellow flag still out. This is going to be the penultimate lap. So I think with it being 2 minutes towards the end of the race, that is going to spell the fact that we could have a final lap where everyone has to get the jump on everybody else. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen here, but we are on the penultimate lap of the race. So we're going to be a lap shorter than what we normally would be. Van Kerkhoven obviously considered as an official retirement on lap number 11 when the yellow flag, full course yellow, was initiated here at karting Genk. And I know the fact that the drivers will be chomping at the bit to go racing again. So the yellow flag's still out at the moment as they head down from turn 9 into the right-hander at turn 10. And if it is a final lap that's going to be done under green flag conditions, then it will be about who decides to push the hammer down first. So your guess is as good as mine. We'll just see what happens here as they come through the final corner. So green flag for the final lap. Now they start pushing the accelerators down. And Beer Dorrestein, Schoenmakers goes for the lead and gets it. Oh, it's for Linus Henson going through turn 2. He went for the move and then has split everyone left, right and centre. So Henson was trying to go up the inside of Dorrestein to pass through behind Schoenmakers as Sven Van Til now gets up into second position. It's 3 wide coming out of turn 6 on the final lap. I thought there might be dramas, and I didn't expect Linus Henson to be turned around coming out of turn 2. So the 3-3-4 from Germany will drop down the order quite substantially. But Lukas Schoenmakers has been the one that has absolutely nailed it when it counted the most, as he will come through turn 11 for the final time. So winning provisionally the Senior Road Tax B pre-final as Sven Van Til has got past Beer Dorrestein. It's going to be Lukas Schoenmakers from the Netherlands that takes the win. So Sven Van Til takes second, Beer Dorrestein in third, Jordi van der Eyck takes fourth ahead of Yashiram Jankan, Jens van der Heijden, Colin van Lammeren, Wout Kirstens, Anthony Bilou, Bart de Wit, Teun Schmidt, Luca Costa, Antoine Antier, Yuri Tenhef, Clémentine Benoit, Nicolas Picot, Adrien Labuda, Scott Westhovens, Remco Baan, Mario Sidler, Max Busch, Julien Hash, Daniel Hunt, Flint Schuring, Stefan Lemono. Linus Henson would finish in 26th after that turnaround. He was battling for the lead. He could have gone for it on Schoenmakers, but ended up 26th at the end of it, with Vincent van Kerkhoven bringing out the full course yellow on lap number 11, with non-starters in the form of Bastien Barnage, Devin Sagadi, and Gilles Clouet.